All right, peace, family. Move my mic closer, family. My mic is a little
Yeah.
far. Peace, family. Peace. We are now live. Let me make sure. Okay, I gotta change that. All right, family. We are now live. I see nobody in the okay. Okay, now I see it. All right.
There you go.
We are now live. Woo, man. When I tell y'all in for something tonight, not just tonight, but y'all in for something. These two got something up their sleeves. I want y'all to get comfortable. Hit that like button. That's very important. Tell your friends and family. One of the most historic shows ever is being broadcasted live right now on Black Magic 363. And we're going to get to some ads, family. And we'll be right back. We're going to have a good time. You know it's going to be live because Dr. B is already drinking the tonics. I see Dr. He ain't wasting no time. So you know. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. All right, let's get to some ads real quick, family, and we'll be right back, family.
Hey there! Had a bad dream? I have dreams too. Some parts are scary and some parts are fun. Always remind yourself, it's only a dream and everything will be okay. I had a dream about being in a forest too. Check it out, my pet Petey was with me. Order your copy of Kayla Petey and the Forest on Amazon today.
All right, family. Yeah, y'all ready tonight, man. We got
yeah.
about 1,000 people in the chat before the ads ended, man.
Wow. Let's go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Y'all ready
Big blue
tonight. Y'all,
pill in
y'all
there.
know y'all know what's going down tonight. Listen, it's oh man, listen, I'm it's such an honor to have both of y'all on here and to put together this show tonight. So much is going on in the world. I mean, so much is going on. We live in truly some interesting times, some life-changing times, some paradigm shifting times, and we all see what's going on spiritually as well as pop culture. We seen what recently happened with Kyrie and Kanye, and it has been very people has used that energy like alchemists and have become inspired by that energy to start to do for self more, to become more independent, to become more sovereign with their health and with other areas. You see things PayPal's doing, all these corporations, they're moving how corporations move. So with that being said, I know both of y'all are putting together something, an important project called Amos Wilson had Blueprint for Black Power. And we're moving into a different paradigm. And that was good for that, amazing for that paradigm. Y'all bringing Blueprint for God Power.
For God power.
Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes.
that is absolutely amazing, and that automatically I get goosebumps when I hear that name. So I want to start out talking about Blueprint for this God Power. You know, we're going through this DNA upgrade and everything's happening. I have a question for y'all to get started, and we're gonna get into the workshop and everything. But I want to start everything out with a question. I want to ask y'all. I hear both of y'all talk about and our cells. We have over 70 trillion cells, a whole bunch of cells within our body, and these are sentient beings. These cells are alive. When we say affirmation, since we're all working on this blueprint for God power and being the greatest versions of ourselves, should we say, you know how like DJ Khaled says, we the best? If we are a community instead of one person, when we say affirmation, shouldn't we say we the best like DJ Khaled instead of saying I'm the best, since we're all like a community? Does it make more sense? We have all these cells working for us. They're listening to us, and we're the chief. And they're like, Chief, what we do next? We tell them what we do, and then we take all the credit for it. It's like Steve Jobs being at Apple and said, I did it, guys. I did it in front of billions. And they'd be like, nigga, what about us? We work 10 hours a day on this iPhone. So are we like sabotaging ourselves by saying I instead of we when we're saying these affirmations?
That's a good question. I don't know if we're sabotaging ourselves, but you do bring up a very good point that it is a collective that is participating in this, in your positivity and also in your negativity. Because, but one thing we have to remember is that the consciousness is real, and that the avatar body is running on coded programming. And so, you know, each and every cell is definitely sentient because every atom is sentient. And what's animating those atoms, what's making them vibrate, consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, it's still consciousness that is animating this whole thing.
Okay.
And so by saying I am, it still encompasses the whole of the avatar plus combination of the consciousness. I don't think it's bad in any kind of way. Although I must admit, saying we, but consciously understanding you're talking about we, meaning us together collectively, have achieved something or capable of achieving something. That's phenomenal. And that thing that DJ Khaled came up with, that saying, that's that term, we the best. If he really is referencing we, meaning himself and every cell in his body, that's powerful. So you can alternate, between I am and we, as long as you're referencing your total whole self. But remember, the consciousness is being streamed in from a higher dimension to animate this avatar body. The avatar body is then receiving programming code, not only from the environment, but also from the biological body itself through hormones and everything else. Hormones are nothing but like a microwave that goes to your cell phone. It piggybacks a signal that your phone decodes. Hormones are secreted by glands, and piggybacking on those hormones are program codes that go to your cells. So the two things are kind of separate, but still can work hand in hand. But everything in the universe, as you stated, is definitely conscious.
And it's interesting that the I thing has been so strong, especially for the last 6,000 years, really the last 2,000. Me, I. Yeah. It's been about competition, me. And I think this comes out of the whole Roman concept that, it's about one, you know what I'm saying? And a few people controlling everything, or what I'm doing is the most important. It's about me. It's not about you. But that division, right, by it happening in your environment and by you hearing it over and over, you get caught up in the division. And if you really want to control the people, you separate them. You see, you keep their minds focused on, things outside of them instead of what's inside of them. And what's inside of you is a universe. You are part of an omniverse. We're part of an orchestra or an orchestra. We're not playing a solo instrument here. It's not about you. And, and even as a kinesiologist, what I find is when we do the muscle testing, when we say things like I am, it's kind of soft. It's kind of soft, but kind of strong. But when that muscle is strong is when you say we. When you say we, now it's not about just you. It's about your tribe, your planet. It's about tapping into the oneness of the universe, because this whole thing that we think that it's just us. It's just this body. It's just this life. You only live one life. I keep telling, well, how do you know we only live one life? Where do you get that from? Most of these sayings that we have has been drilled into your head, and that repetition, right? Repetition, of pleasure and pain, repetition of certain words, certain word constructs. Those things create energy. And the liquid in your body, right, is hearing every single vibration. And check it out. It's not even necessarily the words, because most folks don't even know what English words really, how they're derived and how they hit the body and the vibration that they hit. You see, your words do matter. They hit material. They make material. Your words are your thoughts that are waving into the quantum field. And after a while, that repetition is going to bring back something. And if it's only about you burn out. But when you start saying we, and even I found what's even stronger than saying I am is we allow. We allow, because I am is work involved. I got to be this. I got to wake up every day. I got to think. I got to do. I got to work. It's going to be hard because you were brought up in the language of struggle. Ever since a child, you were listening to this in the womb, how hard it's going to be. It's going to be tough getting a job, boy. It's going to be tough getting married. It's going to be tough getting fired. I mean, it was hard for me to get fired from the job. I was trying to get fired. They wouldn't even fire me. Please fire me. I was teaching at UCLA, man, doing a class, the course. And I'm like, I shouldn't even be here, man. This is crazy. I was cussing in class. I even walked into class one time smoking a joint. You know what I'm saying? They were like, oh my God, your performance is amazing. They gave me a raise. Not for me to get fired. But the language of struggle is so strong.
Yeah.
But what you will find is when you step into this zone, when you step into the flow state, it becomes easy. It becomes simple. You see? But a lot of times we got to have something happen to us before we wake up to this fact that we are part of a system. And when we tap into that system, the system works with us. You see, you're not just you. I mean, how many different friendly bacteria do you have in your body? How many different beings? The mitochondria are living creatures. They still can't break that code. You said they stopped talking about that DNA when they got down to that mitochondria. And they said, whoa, we can't even open this lock because we are part of a system that has been forever. So when we begin to say we, like this family, 3 of us here on the line, you know, when I got the call, as soon as I got the call, I knew something told me that don't go out, stay home. And I was just sitting and the phone rang. It's Brother Rich. Brother Rich, what's happening? I used to say, yes, yes, yes. He says, listen, I got it. Boom. God, a blueprint for God power. You and Brother Billy Carson. Do you know what it took for us 3 to be here right now?
Man.
First, we all got to tell our whole story about what had happened in our lives. Then it brings us here, and we've all had some special experiences. We've all seen some things, and we're not just operating within self. This is a family. We're a team. We've always been one, but you know, the things we desire to happen don't happen just when you desire it. It's a collective. So there's the collective consciousness. So I'm honored to be here at this particular point, and this particular workshop, this particular class that we're doing, and even this talk, it's never could happen before. And it's a great thing that when we come together, 3 men who, you know, we're focused on who we are. And the cells in our bodies are connected. We're one body right now. And everyone listening is becoming a part of this oneness that we've always been a part of. We just allowing it.
I wanna share. I just posted the link, and I want y'all to tell the people y'all got something real special coming up on January 7th. Family, this has got to be. And talking to both of you, Billy, I had the opportunity. Dr. B's in Georgia as well.
Yeah.
He's a music producer. He done produced for. I actually heard a song he produced for the Osley brothers.
Wow.
Ron Osley. I was listening to some vocal. I don't know if I should say this. Am I allowed to say that? It's too late now, right?
It's too late now. You can't pull
Too
that
late, man.
I was listening to a song he produced for Ron Osley.
Yeah.
Can I say the name or
no? Don't
okay,
say.
don't say. But I'm just excited. That's what.
No black helicopters today, man.
Yeah. But I was listening to the song and I'm like, wow, this brother's so talented. And I'm watching the acoustics in the room. This brother, when it comes to frequency and cymatics and all of that stuff, man, this brother is on it. So we got 3 music producers putting something together. My brother Billy, myself. Ain't that something you never thought about?
Amazing.
That? It's 3 music producers putting this together.
Amazing.
So, family, this has to be like the best workshop I've ever offered to the public, and I'm extremely proud of it. And I may say that a year from now, but right now, the present time, this is definitely my best workshop I have ever offered to the public, and I'm extremely proud to present to y'all Blueprint for Black Power. And I want y'all to tell the people this is happening January 7th. It's an 8-hour workshop. Dr. B is opening up the first 4 hours. Billy's closing out the last 4 hours, and we might do some Q&A after that. You just never know what we're gonna do. But they're gonna get all types of treats. This is the perfect timing for the energy that's hitting the planet at this time and everything that's happening at this time on the planet. Could y'all tell the people what can they expect for this Blueprint for Black Power workshop that's happening January 7th in the year of the 7, 2023?
That's right. Well, it's going to be a powerful workshop. I'm bringing a lot of new topics that I haven't really discussed before, things that kind of have been holding back until I thought enough people were ready. And so we're going to be digging deep into, we're going to touch on the financial literacy, but before I talk about that, we're going to talk about the sacral chakra and how to turn that energy from the sacral chakra into crown chakra energy and how to use that to manifest into your life. Going to learn how to use your own energetic field to actually create healing, not only for yourself, but to be able to heal others. I'm going to explain the science behind it. It's not woo-woo. It ain't magic. How does it work? How does each cell in your body have 0.007 millivolts of electricity? And how do you harness and access that power that's already inside of your body? You have trillions of volts of electricity in your body, and you can actually utilize that to help heal, which is very important. Also, how to rewrite your epigenetic code. As you know, we've talked about it before. Epigenetics is huge right now. 20 years ago, it got scoffed, got laughed at. Now it's being taught in all major universities and genetics classes. And so we found out that epigenetics are real and that we have 15 to 20 years of stored memories inside of our body, passed down through the RNA. And now they even found some passed down through the mother's side. Before primarily it had been believed only to be the father's side. Now, the deeper they go, the more they find. Now we find the mother's side as well. And so I'm going to be doing actual interactive work with the people that are watching to get them to start the process live while we're actually in the workshop, in order to help them reprogram and delete negative epigenetics directly out of their body. And then, we're going to talk about learning how to become self-sufficient. We saw what happened with Kyrie. We saw what happened with Kanye. As you know, I've been a person that heavily believes in problem solving and providing solutions. I became a solutions provider. One day I decided that to myself that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to complain about in this world, but who's going to do anything to change it? I realized I got to look in the mirror. It's going to be me, and it's going to be every single one of us out there. And so I'm going to talk a lot about building our own platforms, building our own sustainability, building our own businesses, and learning how to even become your own bank. If you remember, Chase Bank sent a letter to Kanye, said, we don't want to do business with you anymore. Take your millions somewhere else. I had an experience with that. This is when I ran my call center. I used to have a call center back in the day, back in 2008 through 2012. I had a huge 5,000 square foot call center. And the bank that we were with decided that they didn't want to do business with call centers anymore. And so that particular bank, actually, anybody who had a call center business, they closed their account. And they closed our account on payday, on a Friday. So I had to go to my personal safe to pay everybody in cash until the bank sent our money in the form of a cashier's check so we can open up a new account at another bank. It was this whole big thing. And that from that moment on, I learned myself, wow, I need to form my own bank. Since then, I've been thinking about it. But now, as soon as Kanye had this situation, I focused on it. And now I've done it. So I'm going to teach everyone how to start their own bank. That's going to
officially did it? You got it? You did it already?
I am my own bank. You already know me, man. I don't play no games.
Yeah.
I don't play. When it's time to take action, if you look up action in the dictionary, you're going to see my face next to it. I'm not playing no games out here.
So you talking about that in the workshop, how to become your own bank.
Become your own bank. Also, I'm going to dig deep into how to build a legacy. How do you become a legacy builder? See, I only focus on, and you know this, Brother Rich, I only focus on building legacy. That's my main focus. I'm not worried about nothing else. I'm not worried about my bills for next week, how the light bill going to get paid out. You know why? Because if you focus on building legacy, all your bills are covered. If you focus on building legacy, abundance is guaranteed along the way. So I'm going to teach people how to build legacy, but not just how to build a legacy. How do you learn how to build wealth and legacy that will last for generations? In other words, once you build something, how do you hand that thing off to the next generation and don't let them screw it up? There has to be situations in place. There has to be rules in place, laws that you create for your family in place through a trust. So we're going to talk about setting up the trust. We're going to talk about the rules and regulations to be able to access that legacy fund, whether you pass away, whether you're whether you're still alive. And we're going to talk deep about the life insurance policies and how to create the right type and how to be able to use that to fund projects and fund things for yourself, lending money to yourself without a credit check from your own policies.
Billy, that's a big problem in the Black community. We sleep on these insurance policies.
Listen, I'm so tired of people sending me, please do this GoFundMe because so-and-so died and I got to raise money. I'm so tired. I told people, it was about a year and a half ago, I said, I'm not doing any more GoFundMes for dead people anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. From this point forward, I'm not doing any more GoFundMe for dead people. You guys need to start paying attention. Somebody got to stop being a crutch. We got to put knowledge out there. And the knowledge is, let's teach you how to take care of your family. Well, both my parents are gone. They long gone. And I got zero. I got -0. Okay. And so the thing is, like, how many times is this going to happen? And of course, when my parents died, who does everybody turn to? It's okay. Well, what about the final, actions that got to be taken here? They're going to look right to me, obviously, And so I realized that again. So when I started talking about creating life insurance policies and things like that, for whatever reason, Black people get scared about why you want a life insurance policy? Why you do it? I contacted my own kids. I was like, I gotta get your social in there. I gotta put your information on this policy. Are you dying? No, I'm not dying. I'm trying to tell. I'm living. I'm taking care of you guys. We got to change this mentality. Maybe my own kids were freaking out. So we got to change this mentality. But I got to show people the right kind to get and why to get that type and how you can actually save money in your own compounded interest saving life policy and then utilize that money to parlay it on real estate and everything else. So we're going to dig deep into that. We're going to learn how to, create the link, discover the link between spirituality and financial abundance, because those two go hand in hand. You can't be walking around.
You mastered that, man. You mastered that.
Listen, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the teacher is ready, the master will appear. Woo! And I'm not walking around focusing on how this is going to get paid, how that's going to get paid. I'm not doing that, because I'm out here telling people how to live their best life, how to walk in abundance, how to walk in power, how to access their own power. And if I'm walking around here talking about all this power we got and all this God consciousness we got access to, and I can't pay a light bill, then nobody's going to want to listen to me. I mean, that's just facts. And so we live in a financial matrix right now that we can't ignore. It's here. Like, you got to pay your rent or your mortgage, or you're going to be on the street, period. And so as long as that's happening, we have to learn how to master that matrix. And so your spirituality and your abundance go hand in hand, because if you understand how the two work together, I'm going to show you the science behind it and the fractalization behind it. Then you can understand what I mean. It doesn't mean everybody's going to be a billionaire, but all your needs should be met. You should never wonder or hope or wish that something is taken care of. And so we're going to go deep into that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is tell people how to build business credit, and then how to take that credit and parlay it into the other part that I was talking about, becoming your own bank and making investments and funding liquidity pools and things like that, earning interest on that. So it's going to be it's going to be dynamic. I'm looking forward to this.
Now, this is amazing, because they're getting spirituality and financial assistance at the same time. Somebody wrote, a lot of people started commenting. We got life insurance agents in the chat. People already started commenting. They said the commissions on the life insurance plans are incredible. That information that you're giving, Billy, is worth the price of admission within itself. We could just talk about that for an hour and then skip that right there. Is worth it, brother, because that has been such a hindrance on the Black community for so long. I remember, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. My uncle passed away. I thought he had life insurance. I'm talking to his wife. He ain't got no damn life insurance. His wife ain't got no money. The uncle ain't got no money. This person ain't got money. I end up footing the whole bill for my uncle, which I love dearly, so I didn't mind. But this is what the person who has a couple of dollars ends up footing the bill when somebody passed away. Because everybody else says, oh, I ain't got no money. Or if they ain't got money, then they throw them in like what they call it, Potter's Field in New York or something like that. This is a problem. Family in our community. This is a problem. When somebody passes away, we're always unprepared. We gotta and people use this life insurance thing, man. They be becoming millionaires off of this thing. That's right. I ain't got the game to that, so I look forward to it. I definitely look forward to that section, Billy. I definitely
you see what happened to Chadwick Boseman's family. Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther. He died, and he knew way ahead of time he was dying. It wasn't like it was a secret that he was dying. He knew, and I'm sure his family knew for a couple of years he was going to die. And they had to fight the government to get a stinking $1 million because he didn't leave a trust, a will, nothing behind, no policy, nothing. They ended up getting $1 million. Well, you can spend that $1 million in a few months, and it's a wrap. No legacy.
It's something we definitely got to take serious. Like I said, it's so much in this workshop, family. I'm proud. Like I said, this is the absolute best workshop that I've managed to put together in this, and it's such an incredible way to end the year. Dr. B, could you tell the people what can they expect from you? Billy's bringing the financial, some spiritual. Could you tell the people what could they expect from you with this workshop on January 7th? And for those interested, it's pinned at the top of the chat, and it's also in the description bar. It's an 8-hour workshop. Just to let you know before Dr. B talks, it's an 8-hour workshop. Dr. B will talk for 4 hours. Billy will talk the next 4 hours. And everybody who attends the day of the workshop, you will get 2 ebooks on the day of for the class. One from Billy Carson while he talks, one from Dr. B Sirius while he talks. So you're gonna have a workbook for class with Billy Carson, and you will have an ebook for class for Dr. B Sirius. So it's gonna be an awesome time. It's virtual. Anybody could attend. Everybody who signs up, you have lifetime access. You will have it forever. There will be a chat room. We could talk to each other. And as time goes along, we're going to include other perks. We just worked this out. Came to my mind. I had to holler at them. This is straight from the spirit. This is straight from the quantum world. Straight from the quantum world in a meditation I had. And I appreciate Billy and Dr. B for signing up. Family, it's what a way to start out 2023. Dr. B, tell the people what can they anticipate.
First of all, I'd like to salute you, Brother Billy.
Hey, thank you, brother.
It's amazing how, how many paths we cross, how much information is coming from the same place in different ways.
Yes.
Interesting, in the late 1980s, early 1990s, I was at the top of the game in hip hop on the West Coast. In fact, my company, we did the very first gold and platinum hip hop records. I was behind the whole scene, and I got with all the producers that popped up at the time and artists. I said, look, here's what we need to do. One, we need to start a bank. I had a big meeting. I called everybody to the meeting. I gave them food. Everybody rolled up with their cars with $100,000 rims that kept spinning even when we was in the meeting. You know what I'm saying? Hairdos, Jerry curl grease. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I said, listen, we got to start our own bank. They said, what are you talking about? I said, let's start our own bank. We could each take like $2 million. I said, it's like 20 people in the room. Let's take $1 million. And said, what are you talking about? I said, man, come on. They loaning out 100,000. You put 1,000 in the bank. They loan out 9,000 a promise. And they're clocking this money 24% or more every 24 hours using your money. Why don't we do that? So we could actually have, they looked at me and said, oh man, you done lost your mind. Now here was the piece that really did it. I said, let's start our own distribution company at the same time. They said, what distribution? Is you crazy? I said, look, mail trucks. We can back of people's cars. We had station wagons back then. Station wagons, vans. We get with all the independent record stores. Man, you done lost your mind. They ain't gonna let us do that. Who not gonna let us? They don't even know nothing about what we do. They don't even care about this little bit of money. Yeah. But the thing was that because there's so much information, people have so much mass distraction going on in their head, and they don't believe in what's truly inside of them to do. Right. You see, now that as Billy's talking, I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't gonna be able to wait till January. I got to go. I'm driving down to Florida. I got this car. I ain't even putting no miles on this car. Let me drive down to Florida and hang out with this man, because there's so much information that we have to pull together. So one of the things I'm going to be talking about is how to tap into your divinity code, your own personal God-powered network. Well, what is that? See, we've been looking up and praying and shaking hands for so long and waiting to be saved. We don't realize that it's inside of us, inside of every cell. Inside of every cell is the master intelligence of it all. Yep. The Akasha and all that's not out there. It's inner space, as above, so below. You see, so while you're waiting to be saved, you haven't tapped into the divinity code inside of every cell that's waiting for you to appear. And opportunities keep knocking on your door every day, right? And they don't go away. They go to somebody else because somebody else says, listen, it's time. You have to put yourself in the position to be ready. You can't wait for somebody to tell you. You can't wait for your homies and your family, because they're going to tell you you're crazy. Heck, you done lost your mind. You done messed up the family meal talking about we could be wealthy. You know darn well they ain't going to let us. It's always about what they ain't going to do. Who are they? We are the they. The they that you're talking about, we taught. And the enemy you talking about is in you. I remember I went to this top secret meeting. It was all in a special place, Oh, man, this is a top secret Black Power meeting, man. We got to the meeting, and all they talked about was the enemy for an hour and a half. I had to leave. I said, who is this animal? They see right now, they listening, and there's agents in the room. I said, let me tell you, y'all are the agents.
Thank you.
Most people don't realize that they are the secret agents. Because you've been programmed, you done saluted the flag too many times. Mm-hmm. You done believed in the news. It's the same news been on forever. The news ain't changed. Mm-hmm. Well, you heard about it's the same news.
Same thing.
I remember Walter Cronkite, and that's the way it is. And you believe it. You believe that's what happens. But what's happening inside of us is amazing. And right now, the God Power Network, which is basically connected to the unified field and the mycelium network, is actually ready and waiting for you to ride and be anywhere at any time. Once you arrive at the place of saying, I'm ready, and get out of your head, because we've been so deep into consciousness and filling our heads with knowledge. I mean, come on, we know what time the pyramid was built, who was there, who put in the last brick. Okay, do you have a garden? Are your bills paying themselves? Is your money making money for you? That's what I ask. Well, no, see what demand. See, now the man's back. Who is the man? You have to be in demand. Make yourself the lighthouse. When you tap in, and there is a specific technique that I'm going to teach you that works. I have helped 14 people, right? Me and my partners have helped 14 people become multi-millionaires. I tell them, I need you to do exactly what I need you to do. Like when I met Dick Gregory, he said, you're going to do what I tell you to do. This is 1996. What am I going to do, Mr. Gregory? Whatever I tell you to do.
That sound like him. That sound like Dick
Gregory.
That's him. Don't ask me no questions. And let me tell you something. The greatest journey I had in my life was with my 13 mentors. I've had 13. I know when I went outside at 14 years old, there was this thing in the sky. What the heck is that? Everybody saw it, but people just were like, nothing. I said, no, I'm getting a message here. It's telling me I'm not the same. Tap into self. And then you tap into the people in the universe that are just like you, who are vibrating on that frequency. Because you attract what you vibrate on, what you eat, how you talk. You know what I'm saying? What you think, you have this whole mindset that was based on programming that keeps you broken. So now you're a sheep in a farm, and you don't know that you could just the fence ain't even there. There's no fence. I've been telling folks, there's no fence. Yes, it is, man. It's a fence, man. And, so you're going to go off the side of the earth, and man, it's just monsters down there. Well, you can't go.
You're going to fall off the edge of the...
Folks have told on me. When I had that meeting trying to get everybody together, they told on me. They wouldn't told all the companies. I got blackballed.
Wow.
Because I was attempting for us to handle our own business. I said, look, this royalty we're getting, we're not royal. That's not the royalty. Are you crazy? I'm getting 3 points. I'm not even getting 3%. What is a point? It's not even a percent. I can't add it, and they don't give it all to me. And they say, wait, maybe 7 years, we might give you a little more. I still have stuff out there that I can't retrieve, because at the time when I signed those contracts, I wasn't in my divinity code. I wasn't reading the paperwork. When I saw in perpetuity and thitheth, thineth, honeth, thief, and toothart and thithrin, I should have walked out the door. Well, I don't know what this means. Why is this in Latin? Ain't Latin a dead language? How come my doctor keeps talking it on prescriptions and these folks on these contracts?
You said ain't it a dead language?
I gotta tell you this piece. This is really important. When I signed my first contract, I was so happy. They gave me a little money, had money sitting there, wine out, you know what I'm saying, with sulfites in it. So I didn't know what the heck is happening. We just had lobster leg and chicken neck and everything we wanted at the French restaurant. So my digestion, right? I can't think. See, because I'm trying to digest food, and I signed the contract. My lawyer was right next to me, patting me on my shoulder. This is very good for you, B. You had that voice, the voice of command. And later on, I wanted to get out the contract, so I went to court. So the judge says, "Well, is this the contract? This, with a major record company, they're there too. They got 20 lawyers. I got me and my little lawyer, and he ain't the lawyer I hired originally, because it's a different thing when you go on to trial. But anyway." The judge says, "Sir, is this your signature here?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Now, whose signature is this over here?" I said, "That's the record company." He says, "Well, so this is your contract." I said, "No, the record company gave me that contract." He says, "Well, why did you sign in the place where it says that it's your contract that you offered to them?" I was like, "What are you talking?" I look at the lawyer. The lawyer starts sweating, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
all of a sudden, he got to go get us some coffee and a cigarette. my mind, I signed a contract that I wrote, but I didn't write the contract. I thought I wrote that. You see, it's the mindset, because when you're hungry, when they got you feeling stressed out and like something's going to happen bad about what they're going to do, you can't think. But when you get in place of total peace and you have your courage, you're tapping into the original you. You see what I'm saying? It didn't happen yet. You got to be in nowness. To now is the only thing that's happening. You're talking about tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, they call it today. That's to now. You worried about yesterday, what had happened. You can't fix that. What you can do right now in this moment, as you're listening to these words, we are coming to you right now on a whole nother level. The information that we're going to give, just like Billy said, I have never given the information and the code because Dick Gregory, Chief Little Bear, and Dr. Ando told me I couldn't give up this piece until 2023. Why? Because we're going to be in the right place in the universe. The solar system has to be in a certain position. You've got to wait till Sirius, the sun and the earth and the moon are in alignment. And then you've got to wait so many months after that. And then when we hit what they're calling 2023, then you can begin to drop the code. Don't do it before then. And I always wanted to talk. My ego, I want to tell him.
What year did Dick Gregory tell you this? What year was this?
Dick Gregory started telling me this in the beginning. Dick Gregory told me he told me in maybe 2006 or 7. He said that 2019, something was going to happen that was going to change everything. He said the shit's going to hit the fan.
That's what happened too.
Or the fan's going to hit the shit. Okay. He said in 2023, the gates open. He said you can begin to talk. 2023. It's a 7. It's a G. It's the generator. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the beginning of the spiral. If you take that G and go around, you make a spiral. The spiral is the most perfect shape. The spiral is the only thing that can touch everything. You got to be spiritual. So we talking about spiritual, but you're not spiritual, because if you're spiritual, you're not doing the same thing all the time.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're not doing the same
you
thing
not
every time.
Spiritual?
Yeah.
You see, you're not the whole galaxy. If you look at the spiritual nature of the universe, which is the same helical angle of your DNA, of your genes, your blood vessels are spiraling. Everything is a spiral. But if you're doing the same thing, you're still lighting your little incense, you know what I'm saying? And you got your sage out trying to chase out evil out your room. You know what I'm saying? You don't think the evil knows about the sage by now? You know what I'm saying? Is this the same evil that's been here since, back in the... You don't think they know about taking sage written down in the book? Bringing your sage. Now you went to, I got my pal. Dude come in. He said, man, Dr. B, I got my Palo Santo. I said, yes, I'm good now. I got my, he just kept saying his Palo Santo. I was like, oh, well, that's great. What are you thinking? What are you eating? Well, they can't get me now. Who is they? You brought them in the room again. So we keep bringing things in that block us from that divinity code. We're going to talk about something that's huge. Man. And you're going to get this information on that day, the 7th. You're going to discover the sacred date of the mystical Christmas, the day your pineal emits black gold. This one here is it. There's one day in the year that your pineal begins to activate. There's pressure that begins to squeeze the crystals, because your pineal is made out of what? It's crystals. It's crystalline. It's a piezoelectric crystals that need pressure. Now, you complaining about the pressure you've been through. We've been through so much. It's been so tough. That's because pressure is what makes a diamond. You got to have some drama. You need something to go through. If the three of us start telling our stories, and when we tell our whole story, you'll be like, what? Do you understand what I'm saying? There was times I was hiding out from the beings in black. You understand what I'm saying? They were waiting outside my house. I had to give them another address and live somewhere, because I was involved in a situation where I was being controlled by people that I thought, were a certain way, but I should have felt my gut feeling. I couldn't feel it. But when this day comes, once you know this code, it sets you up for the next year. Your pineal, it drips this oil on this particular day. The oil is a capacitor. It picks up the information you give it. Now, how do you give it information? Through your actions, through your words, through your thoughts, through your emotions. on this particular day, and I guarantee when you find out this day, you're going to be shocked. And it's different every year. There's a whole sequence to get when it is.
He told me what it is. I got the pleasure of knowing.
You can't tell anybody now. You gotta come to the class. You be there and don't be late. Now, when you know this, you realize that the oil is a capacitor that holds on to what your essence is on that day. What you're emoting, what you're emitting. You see, what's your timing? See, time, you have to take time and flip it backwards to emit. What are you doing with your time? You're like Brother Billy said, you know how much voltage you're making? You know how much you saw Matrix, these people was in those tubes and that black fluid was, what do you think that was? This Matrix used that electricity, right, to power the Matrix. It's using your electricity, and there's some beings, right, that use your electricity. Now you might say, oh, that's evil. No, you have to sign up. I signed that contract. You actually have to agree to some of this. You think that, no, man, you are re-signing the contract each day based on your words, based on your actions, based on your thoughts. So we're going to talk about what this material is and how to program it so that your next 365 days are yours. You own it. You're in control. You become the captain. You got to be the CEO. You got to know who's on your ship. See, some of you is riding on a ship and the ship is just floating. It's just in the wind. You don't know when you wake up and look at the news and let them tell you where we're floating. Are you crazy? You got to be the captain. The captain knows what? The destination. And they know why we're getting to this destination. You can't wake up and tell your crew, you get on the speaker. Hey, crew, now hear this. It's rough out there. It's I read the news today and it's a war and it's the crew is listening. That's your selves. That's your selves. Your selves. Your collective self is listening to the captain, and the captain don't sound too good. Captain sound. The crew is just like, oh boy, here we go again.
Here we go.
Let's burn up a few. Let's kill them. Telomeres start dying. You know what I'm saying? Your digestion gets off. You start making too much acid because the body thinks there's a saber-toothed dog or something out there. The body don't know that you just got a bad pimple and you don't want to go to work. It's vibrating in the ocean. There's 7 oceans in the body that are listening. So when that captain gets on their mic and says, now hear this, this is your captain speaking. With that honor, with that power, with that nobility. And the captain only talks about the destination. Don't talk about the earthquake that might happen on water. How many times do earthquakes happen? Well, there could be a tsunami and there's, the giant, saber-toothed dogs and, but there's a sea breeding alligators out there. You can't tell your crew, you can't tell your body that because it's listening. So you're dying, you're killing yourself. And then you begin to eat with nutritional suicide. You eat yourself to death, thinking yourself to death. Intimately, you're making love out of what the things that are, it's just you're creating more of a trash heap. So we're going to talk about how to use this power to become the captain. Next thing we're going to talk about is your personal gold mine blueprint. Did you know you got a gold mine? Somebody else knows this. Somebody knows when you was born, what you weighed, and somebody got some money. Somebody got some power from you because they created a corporation. Now, we're not going to get too deep into that because we don't want no trouble from the black helicopters. But what we got to do is we got to learn how to wave cast. Wave casting is when you send information into the quantum field, which is just waves. It's just potential. And you do it repetitively over and over, no matter what you're seeing, no matter what the evidence around you looks like, you keep casting these waves. And guess what? They will return because most of what you have, you created. You're talking like when I talk to a lot of my clients, they for the whole hour, they're talking about the drama, what they don't want. Well, Dr. B, I don't want cancer and I don't want to get diabetes and I don't want to have these herpes outbreaks anymore. And I don't want to have my diabetes, which runs in my family. I'm like, because we're talking about what we don't want, we attract it. Only thing we need to focus on is what we desire. And we're going to talk, there's a specific technique. Now, when we talk about affirmations, this is very important. The average affirmation does not use the language in a way where your cells, your subconscious even knows what you're talking about. It's got to be a certain, what we call a language syntax, which is a simple sentence. And when we give you the code for this simple sentence, your ship begins to cast off into the waves and bring back exactly what you're saying, because it's clear. Your subconscious is like a 5-year-old. They don't know what you're talking about. It's confusing. You're wanting this. And how many times you've been wanting? This is that airplane. Want. It's crashing. We're not even desiring and focusing. You know, we're shoot, ready, aim. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what was that? You know, shot the pistol. You know what I'm saying? Because we're born in sin. We're taught to be sinners, and that means to miss the mark. So we're going to talk about how to hit the mark and create that quantum field, or create a space in the quantum field where you truly exist. So you can begin to experience radiant health, sustainable wealth, limitless love for 2023 and beyond. Because we're in this photon band, we're going to get deep into that. You can do anything. So when you take what Brother Billy is talking about and take what all of us are talking about and put this in a capsule, there's no way in the world, after you come to this class, you're going to have to work really hard to fail. You're going to need to do everything you can. Play with fire, you know what I'm saying? Drive crazy on the freeway, cutting it in. You're going to have to do a lot, because the energy that is coming through right now that has never come through before is riding on all of us. I haven't been able to sleep since we put this together. I haven't been to sleep. Yeah. I'm tossing and turning. I got special sheets, grounding sheets, and all this. I can't. It's too much, because this is what we have all been waiting for, and I'm in awe right now that this is coming together the way it is, and it's beautiful to have the three of you. You know, man.
This is going to be great. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to even learning from you. I learn from everybody, man. So I can't wait to hear your part, because I'm going to be sitting down, full attention, downloading all that knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah.
What's real funny? Somebody said, well, y'all heard of this brother, Billy Carson? I said, I think I heard of him. So I went to, my IG, I don't know the stuff. It's new technology. You know what I'm saying? I was born back in the rock age. You know what I'm saying? I went and I looked at him. I said, I know this brother. Yeah. I said, I looked at his eyes. I said, oh shit, he didn't have one of them experiences. I know about this. I've been telling everybody. I said, well, he's not from here. Yeah. You think he's from here talking like this? You see that auric field around him? Same thing that, when Brother Rich called me, I wasn't about to do this. I'm like, no, man, I'm chilling. I'm relaxing. You know what I'm saying? But when the timing is right, the universe opens up. Yeah. And what we're going to give is the protocol, so that you're the right person. See, you could be in the right place at the right time and not be the right person at the right time. Mm-hmm. For the first time, we're able to give the actual blueprint to tap into your God-given God knowledge that you gave yourself.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. Like I said, I'm extremely excited, and I don't want the family. One thing I want, I don't want y'all to let anybody trick you out of your blessings. And I see that a lot in life. I just seen it with somebody I love. I seen that happen to somebody real close to me, where they're doing something, they're investing in things, or they're associating themselves with certain people, and then the people around them be like, hey, why are you doing that? Why are you around that person? That person is this, that person is that. And they're saying it with the intentions. Their intention is they have a jealous spirit behind it. So they trick the person out of their blessing. Then the person follows them because the person thinks they love them, and the person misses out on the opportunity that the universe handed them right in front of their face. And I've seen that happen so many times. People have tried to do that to me so many times, countless times. It's just something that happens when you elevate your consciousness, when you go to high levels, because people are not there, and people want to bring you back down to their level. So it's not enough to be intelligent. It's not enough to be spiritual. You gotta be strong in this. You have to be confident in this world. And I want to thank these brothers for adding on to my confidence, just by the littlest things they do. I'm gonna give a quick example. This is important. People learn from personal examples. Billy, I never told you this before. Quick example of how you learn from an individual's confidence. Yeah. And this is important. And by the way, besides what I'm about to say, the workshop is going to be off the hook when Billy talk about that financial aspect. The home I live in now, I got using one of Billy's resources.
Yeah.
The same resources Billy's going to share on January 7th at the workshop. Let me say that right now. Again, the home I live in right now, I got using one of Billy's resources. You can ask my lady that.
Yeah.
The sister I might have on the show in the near future. But using one of Billy because he's the man when it comes to finances. Yo, Billy, he's like, he's willing, he's here to help you. But people are like, nah, this, nah, that, nah, this. No. That you can't say the help was never given to you. The help is here now. It's just, are you willing to receive it? But anyway, quick example I want to use of how you learn small things you learn from individuals. You can learn from everybody. I'm doing a lecture. I forgot the name of it. It was called what was the name of that lecture I did in New York you came to, Billy? Do you remember the name of it? It wasn't Godfrey. What was it?
No, it was oh wow. There's so many different names we got. It was a unique name, a very unique name you came up with.
Yeah, I forget the name, but Gannon Grills was talking. He just finished talking, and it was Billy's time to set up. He's behind stage. He's setting up his presentation. He set up his PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint just stops working. And I'm like, oh shit, Billy, it's your time we got to get out here. They charging by the hour. They need us out of there. It's hot as hell. I mean, family, it was so hot in there. We were in there, but the people wanted the information so bad. They was just chilling. But thank you for everybody who maintained it through the heat. I kept saying, yo, Billy, listen, if the PowerPoint don't work, I don't even know if Billy remember this. I'm like, you're going to have to go on stage without it, my brother. Billy's like, no, it's going to work. He said that way. He said the way he said it. I'm like, this nigga confident. I'm like, you've been trying for 10 minutes, nigga. We got 1 minute left. And he's like, no, it's gonna work.
I commanded.
Family, it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. It never shut off again.
It never shut off again. Family, with 1 minute left.
Yeah.
I'm like, Billy, you're gonna have to go on without it. I'm pleading. I'm like, Billy's like, no, it's gonna work. It worked. And after that moment, I was like, it's a confident dude right here. Yeah. I'm like, I like that. This is a confident dude. So this is what you learn. We learn from each other. We need a community of people who inspire us to be the greatest versions of ourselves. And that's what this workshop is for. And we're setting up so much within this workshop for us to learn from each other. And me personally, family, I think these are the two perfect brothers to have this workshop, because it's like you're a coach or you're assembling a basketball team and certain players are good at certain things. You don't need three Michael Jordans. You need a Michael Jordan, a Scottie Pippen, a Dennis Rodman. You need a rebound. You need this. Billy's an expert with this financial stuff. Dr. B with this music, with the spirituality. I mean, the both of them together, family, this is amazing. So I had to say that and use that example. I don't even know. Do you remember that, Billy?
I remember clearly. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. That was an amazing day. And you taught me a lot without even knowing you taught me. You taught me by just being the best version of yourself.
Right. Wow.
And that's ultimately how we teach each other, not by telling each other what to do, but just by being an example. So, is this workshop in person? No, this is virtual. This is a virtual workshop. Anybody could attend. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, and you have lifetime access to it. For anybody who's asking, you have lifetime access to it. So, like I said, the day of the workshop, everybody will be presented with two ebooks, one from Billy Carson, one from Dr. B. Sirius. It's going to be some serious learning happening that day. It's 8 hours. The first 4 hours will be Dr. B. Sirius. The last 4 hours will be Billy Carson. And after that, we'll decide whether we want to create, Billy got an app. We might create a community where everybody could talk to each other on that, like Discord and stuff like that. We might do one of those, but I'm gonna see how y'all respond. You know what I'm saying? But definitely y'all will get ebooks. It's 8 hours, lifetime access. It's going to be absolutely amazing. The price is $150 for those asking. The price is $150. And I think for those, I've seen several people sign up already. So I thank everybody who signed up for the workshop already. But it's going to be life-changing, like Billy said, with the investing and the real estate, the life insurance, everything is definitely going to be worth it. Moving on, gentlemen, and before we take a few questions from the family, I got to ask you this. I'm just curious. This workshop is inspired by Kyrie and Kanye, some of it, because we have to learn to be more independent in how we move in this realm. And I want to ask you, with superstars, a superstar like Kanye, who's one of the biggest superstars in the world, does that happen because of an accumulated karma through lifetimes? You've been trying to be a rap superstar, so eventually you've been trying for 6 lifetimes, and the 7th lifetime you're a superstar? Or does being a so-called superstar or being the ultimate success story, does that just happen through hard work, determination, and because that's your destiny? Do you have to go through shit for several lifetimes at working at it, or can it just happen in one lifetime because you nailed it and because that's simply your destiny?
Well, I tend to think from my perspective that everyone has gifts, just that some people don't open the package. And so Kanye, for example, he opened his gift, and he probably, in all of his emanations through all of the different throughout the multiverse, he probably has a similar gift, a gift of understanding how frequency works and cymatics and how it resonates with people, and people like the resonation that he's able to produce. And so I think that it's not that he nailed it the first time. It's just that he tapped into and found what his gift was. Every single person that exists, whether it's their first time here or their 1000th time here, has a particular gift inside of them. They just have to know how to find that passion and then how to use that passion. Now, where Kanye maximized his gift is he found a need for his passion in the world. And when he found a need for his passion, and he filled that need by producing records and albums and music that people vibe with, right? Then money was a side effect. Money, he didn't chase money. Money showed up in his bank account as an energy exchange based on him following his passion and pursuing his passion. And so I think that everyone has these particular gifts and passions that just are innate in every single one of us. And that it's a matter of finding your passion, following that passion, and learning it and living it to the utmost. And when you do that, that's when abundance just becomes a part of your everyday reality. So I don't think it's particular that he had just got lucked out or he even had to come back many times to get to this point. But where he did fail was that he put his, in this particular emanation, in this third dimension, on this particular universe, on this planet, he put all of his eggs on their platform, which is in one basket. And so even though he got the billionaire status, he was never actually a billionaire, because all they do is press a button and they disconnect your status. So, he taught us a big lesson. He taught me a big lesson. Even though I was already on that, making my own stuff, he showed me how much more harder I need to go in creating everything that I wanted to be a part of for myself and for my tribe, so that we can have our own.
And once you realize that everything there is in you, you're a part of everything. You're not separate. It's not about luck. It's not about trying really hard, because they told me how hard I had to try. Most of the things that I have actually succeeded at were impossible to the world. How am I successful at everything that I put out to do? Because what I do is I focus only on that. Because, see, something they told me when I was young, they said, you're dyslexic. I said, oh, wow. I read backwards. Well, I started reading things backwards. If you read things backwards, you'll really find out something deep. When you read backwards, they say, well, he's a little retarded. So I slow down. I'm a little retarded. He's unteachable. Good. I can't learn. And when I failed algebra, that was it. I was so happy when I came home and I told my father and my mother, I said, guess what? I was so joyful. I said, I failed algebra. My mother was like, oh, wow. Well, we'll see what your father says about that. My father was pissed. I said, Dad, I ain't got to go back trying to find the unknown number. I need to know the numbers I know. When I sit down to play a drum rhythm, I need to know that rhythm. I don't need to know an unknown rhythm. You see? So what we get caught up in is a whole lot of things that we're doing that we don't truly desire to do. We're doing them because we're asked to do it, or this is the morals, or this is the rule, this looks good. You're still trying to make your parents happy. Your parents might be 1 billion light years away. You're still trying to make them happy. You see, you're still trying to get other people to validate what you're doing. When that happens on a certain level and over and over and over, that hits your subconscious. And now you're it's like cognitive dissonance. Your soul urges to do one thing, but you can't do it. Why? because that's my friends and my family, and what's my such and such going to say? Because you're so public, you don't know how to be private. And stop telling people and spraying out to the world all these things that you're attempting to do, because people put their stuff on it. So some people say, well, people will put some voodoo on it. Well, okay. Then there's a hoodoo, because everybody's about who's doing what. Like right now, we're caught up in what people are doing. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. You got to get into you do. What are you doing? What are you here to do? Once you are focused on what truly brings you joy, if it's that house, the car, you've got to get crystal clear on that thing and not let all the other talk and all the friends affect you, because we're very affected by the emotion, and emotion, right, is energy in motion, and energy in motion tends to stay in motion till acted upon by an equal or opposite force. So we're so emotional and so caught up in the name of love. Well, they just love me. They really love me. I got kicked out of, I left college at 2.5 weeks. It's in electronics school. And I saw when they flashed on all the symbols for the electronic components, they showed it on a slide. I looked. I don't even know what they were saying in the background. All I heard was, I looked at it. I started looking. I was like, oh my God. And I got up. And the teacher said, well, where are you going, Mr. V? I says, I'm leaving. And I walked off the campus with all those symbols in my head. That's all I had to see. I said, oh, wow. Look at those symbols, because these symbols go deeper than your conscious and your subconscious. That's why they keep using them on you. I was able to decode something, and I realized this is like water, or this is like ants, walking across a certain thing to get to food or some honey. You see, when you're able to walk away from Babylon, because in Babylon, you're babbling on and on. You don't even know what you're talking about. People talk about, well, if I was you, I wouldn't. Well, you're not me. What are you talking about? And people will give you an opinion about something they have never done. Hey, well, you need to be the first one to go to college. Why? I know folks went to college 8 years and worked and still for $15 an hour went to college. I know folks who were rocket scientists at JPL in California who got regular jobs now because they don't have those rockets anymore. You see? So you're doing a lot of things that really weren't in your heart, because you allowed people to break your heart and break your spirit, and you didn't stay focused like a child on your goals. You've got to be, laser-like. You've got to become a lighthouse. See, the lighthouse don't come on just when boats are on the horizon. They putting out Morse code. That's what they do. They're putting out the Morse code all the time. They're always shining. So you got to be the lighthouse, but you got to be quiet. You got to be focused. Not ask all these people who are on the farm. You can't ask all the white sheep. You found out last night you was a black sheep, and you could jump over the fence. In fact, you found out there was no fence. The snow broke the fence down. So you go out and you come back trying to tell all the white sheep, it's like you can go. No, you can't. Leave them alone. That's none of their business. The only people that are going to be ready to wake up, like y'all that are here right now, you're going to be ready. You're going to have all the tools. To what? Walk off the farm, because you don't see no farm. They call it a pharmacy. There ain't no farm here, but what you're eating. So we're gonna have to, and when I do my class, I'm gonna talk about also some food that you can eat, because most of the food is eating people. Even I don't care if you was a vegan. People, I'm a vegan. I'm a vegetarian. I'm a breatharian. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I do. I'm a yoga master. I'm a tantric master. You know what I'm saying? I ask folks, I say, well, how you doing? What's happening? And the reason is because most of this stuff don't work. What you saying, Dr. B? Yoga don't work? Nope. None of it works. Vegan herbs don't work. Minerals don't work. Water, none of it works. What works is you working it. When you got to meet it where it's at. You can't have the house. You can't have the bank that Billy's talking about. You have to be it. And you have to think from it. You're there already. Never mind thinking about it. You have to be it. You got to think from it. What does the house look like? How many rooms it has? You understand what I'm saying? Look, Brother Rich came by my spot, one of my spots the other day. He was like, "Oh man, wow, this is a nice place." Well, this is a manifestation of a thought process that started a long time ago, and I just been on it.
It was beautiful. Yeah,
and I don't know how it's going to pop up. That's none of my business. Because, see, how is not my business. It's what first, what and why. When you get these tools of transformation that are coming at this particular time, you're going to get it. When you learn how to make love out of the things in your life that are not love. When you learn that even in yoga and all of these things and all of these what they call higher sciences, you have to meet them. You have to become it. You have to be crystallized. The word Christ means crystallized imagination. So why do they say, oh boy, Christ was born on this particular day? So you don't know the language. There's an esoteric language they're speaking that you don't know, because Christ means crystallized imagination. You can't let anybody else in on your sacred self. You have to have that path cut out for you. And what? You need to be on the road with people who have been there or people who are on the road. Once you do that, you can't listen to other people because they are in fear. False evidence appearing real. False expectations are feeling real. Or the anticipation of pain or loss. They believe in the wolves. The wolves are coming. Ain't no wolves coming into the village. Ain't no wolves coming. Where you are attracting the wolves to the village. They didn't know nothing about you. If you're doing what you're doing, if you're energetic. So when I'm bringing up something that we didn't even talk about. When the three of us produce this music we're about to produce together as a team, I already saw it. I was
That's
like,
what it is. It's music. That's what it is.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
We're going to go. We're going to go in the studio together. The three of us with these minds. If we don't, it's a shame. We'd be fools and create music that, because a lot of the music I make now is all based on 432 and 528, these sacred frequencies, 40 hertz, 32 hertz. These frequencies change your substructure. Like your voice is creating energy. That's the cymatics. It's not just some stuff where you see some symbols, those symbols and some of that chaotic frequency you're creating, but you can also make the pure crystalline, energy. Once you know how to cast these spells on yourself and crystallize this imagination. So on this day, the 7th, something is happening soon after that, where we will together, all of us as a group, we're becoming a family, are all going to get off the farm. And let me tell you something else. I'm going to say this right now. Get like Dick Gregory, my teacher. You're going to learn how to shut up. Stop talking. Guess what they said? You can't explain what we said because we're not even saying all of it. You're trying to explain. Well, let me tell you what Billy said. What Billy's saying, I'm looking at the brother. He's only giving you it's like 1 grain of sand at the biggest beach in the world.
Yeah.
It's just little pieces. So we have to chop it up in little pieces and make it. Well, it's not going to be easy, but it will be simple if you take certain steps. So what you eat, your detoxification, we're going to talk about that. Mental detoxification, physical detoxification, and get detoxification and get rid of the parasites and the pirates that are on your boat.
Yo, after you talked about parasites, Dr. B, Elon Musk put up a quote on Twitter saying there's a parasite controlling everybody's mind. You see that?
Wow. I think he was listening to your show, brother.
Literally, I don't want to be ego-minded, but literally a week after Dr. B was on the show, Elon Musk said, yo, I think there's a parasite controlling everybody's mind. I was like, yo, Dr. B just said that right there.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Toxoplasma.
Yeah.
Most people have toxoplasma living in the
He said the word. He said the word, right?
He said the word.
He said the word. Yeah, he said the word, toxoplasma.
Controlling your emotions.
He
causing you to be confused.
Y'all can look it up. I'm not lying. Y'all can look it up. I know you're like, this nigga lied. No, I'm not lying. Y'all can look it up.
Real.
Type in Elon Musk toxoplasma and it'll come up. Dr. B said it like a week and compare the date. Elon wrote that to the date me and Dr. B did the show on toxoplasma. All I'm saying is that people are talking about it and it's something that it's worthy of investigation at this point. So man, listen, like y'all know when I get excited, I'm proud. I'm proud of this one.
There's so much. This is incredible.
And Billy, I want to check this out, Billy. I want to thank everybody who already signed up.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see it. Y'all see the Eventbrites? Oh man, y'all can't see it that good. Can y'all see it?
No, I can't really see it.
Y'all see it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
These are everybody who signed up. Y'all see that blueprint? Y'all see that, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
These are the people. Listen, family, I appreciate when y'all hear us talk and y'all react. I promise you. And one thing I'm going to do this time, family. There's going to be a customer service number because the last workshop I did, there was a little confusion with something that was promised to the people by the presenter. So I want y'all to contact me directly. So I think what I'm going to do is everybody, when I see people sign up, I'm going to email everybody from Eventbrite a customer service number that they can have on deck if any problems or anything occurs. And I or my team will deal with it directly. Billy and Dr. B is taking care of other things. I'm going to take care of a lot of things on my end. And this is going to be tight and this is going to be right. Like, we're going to get this shit right this time, family, because it's the time. It's a 7-year. This is going to be godly. This is God. God did this. Like Khaled said, God did this.
Yeah,
right here.
God did.
God did this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. B, I got a question. But you say what you want to say, because I got what you just said. I got a question for you and Billy. A good one too.
One thing that they're telling me, because I am.
Who's they? What you mean they? Who's they, Dr. B?
The beings. Okay?
The beings. Oh, okay.
We're all everything. It's beings. If we knew
Yes,
how many beings, like there's beings inside of us
Yes,
that say we're God.
Yes, sir.
They don't know they're inside of a body. That's a universe. I mean, it's as above, so below.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. We might be in a body and not know it.
We're in a body within a body within a body within a body within a body. But let me say this much, and I would like to make sure that we're sending the correct waves out.
Yes, sir.
We have to stop saying it's going to be good.
You're right.
It is good because there's no time.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
It's just our linear thinking says, well, I got to watch these seconds on a clock, okay, what time is it? And we end up living in TikTok. No, this event is big. This is the biggest thing to happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is not, I'm not guessing.
The affirmation, y'all hear that?
You have to know this is the event of my life. You have to know, it has to be there now. It's happening already. It's on a quantum level. It's happening. We have vibrated all the particles, all the, you know what I'm saying? You have all of these things in the universe, in the quantum universe that's vibrating, saying, yes, it's happening now. It's being put together now. So once we say it's going to be, it is. So what you do is you get on that love train now. Listen to that song. It's the love train. You better get on board, because even me, my own self, when I sit up and listen to Billy, I'm going to have a pen out and pencil. I need 2-3 pencils because they don't be working. You got a good pen, your best pen. All of a sudden, he done said something that don't write. Because that's your security guard.
Yeah.
Because as the CEO, you got a security guard that's checking everything. And half the time, your security guard, you don't let them get a little too powerful. They talking you out of stuff. You know that ain't going to work. Remember what happened last time. Don't give them your money, you see. And then you got a manager that's up under that company too, that business. And the manager's looking for opportunities. But if the voice of the security guard is sabotaging everything and in doubt, and you've heard so much that you've programmed that you think can't happen because the last time you tried, Dr. B, the people call me and say, well, Dr. B, I done tried everything. Now I'm Carson. Well, let's hang up. They said, why you want to hang up? Because you just said you tried everything. You didn't try everything. You lying. And we was taught to lie. And that's a flat line. You didn't do everything. There's a couple things you didn't know to do because nobody told you. And here's another thing. Dr. B, this stuff is really deep. But how come nobody ever told us? And see, why are you talking about everybody else? You got it right now. So you use it. But we're spreading it out, talking about, I wish my Uncle Harry. Now he's got 5-6 diseases, Dr. B. And I wish he didn't call me. You did. And people are so interested in giving away energy to other people, they leak.
Yeah.
You have to take this energy. We're
Black people do that a lot.
We're leakers. You want everybody in the family. How come my mother and them couldn't tell me this? They didn't know. They did their very best. My father left. You ought to be glad he left, because if he stayed around, one side of your head might be flat. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever happened to get you here. And that all that stuff that you've been through, you can use it as fuel.
Yeah,
that is your fuel, because the most successful people I've ever met, they got a life story. They've been through stuff. folks been the parent done left them in the snow, you know what I'm saying? Left them on the side of a freeway and they had to walk to the nearest city. I mean, you hear these stories about successful people. It's usually about trial and tribulation. Because the only way you make a diamond is with heat. And that first step of alchemy is calcination. Heat it up and burn off all the things that are not the pure element, the meta-L.
Yeah. You got to become an alchemist.
Yeah, you have to. One thing I've noticed in my journey in this community, and just in the journey of consciousness, I want to say I notice more. I want to even say I notice more with black male teachers, because I listen to the white male teachers, and not to talk about race, using race to use it as an example of what I'm about to say. White male teachers like Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, Joe Dispenza, and I don't know exactly where they come from, but just understand what I'm saying, family. What I find is that the teachers that I grew up in around in New York, they never really embraced the concept of the feeling is the prayer. The feeling is the secret. The feeling is the ingredient that connects us to the quantum field. That's what, like I call somebody on the phone. What connects me is that phone number. I type that phone number in, then I'm connected. I want to call Billy. I got to dial Billy's phone number. When you want to connect to the quantum field, understand, once you generate a certain feeling, that's when you're connected to that quantum field. And that's why they always have to try to have us in a feeling of anger or hostility or sadness on the news. But when I bring up emotions or feelings to a lot of the male teachers, the black male teachers in our community, they kind of like, yeah, that's not that important. Yeah, man, that's some, this or yeah, that or yeah, that. And then when I hear other teachers talk about it, they're like, yo, man, feeling. I listen to Neville Goddard. Feeling is everything. Feeling is the prayer. The prayer isn't the prayer. When you start to feel in that prayer, that's what connects you to the quantum field. Even The Secret said, you want to get what you want, sit in that car and feel it. Go to the car dealership, sit in that car and act like you driving the car and feel it. So why do you think a lot of male teachers, I don't know if y'all noticed that, but it seems as though I
noticed it. Yeah.
You noticed it too.
I know. I've been noticed that.
Yeah. Why do you think it seems as though the male teachers, they like kind of shy away from that? Like, yeah, feelings, emotions. Yeah, man, but fuck that. And I'm like, this is everything. Yeah. Oh, shit, this is the key. Why do they shy away from that, it seems?
It starts out with the programming code. You got to realize the first thing is, during the embryonic stage, before you even come out of the womb, you're already being programmed. And so what's happening is inside the mother's womb, the mother's hormones are washing over that embryo. And so let's say she's got a man. The energy from that male figure on the outside is creating hormonal changes in the female on the inside, and those hormones are then washed. So then those hormones are coded with program code. Those codings are going right into the embryo. Then you come out of the womb and you're given a name, a race, and a religion, and now you're forced to defend a false identity for the rest of your life. And then that first 1-year-old to 7-year-old, now you have the programming coming in from the TV programming. You got the programming code coming in from relatives, from your parents, and everything else around you, the surrounding system, the school system, and everything else that's going on. And what's the biggest thing that's taught to men? The biggest thing that's taught to men is suck it up.
Suck it up.
Be tough.
Yeah.
Don't cry. You're acting like a wuss. You're acting like a sissy. Stop this. Stop that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And so men, we build up from a very, very early age, from embryo all the way up to age number 7 is where you make the person. From age number 8 on up, your personality has already been established. That's taught in universities. And so now we have a person that's growing up from the age of 8 up that's now pre-programmed, the male that's pre-programmed, no matter how other aspects of consciousness they get into or things that they learn to teach or whatever, that code is so strong and so embedded, ingrained into them from a young age that whole tough thing. And I got to be tough. And it's weakness is if you're showing your emotions, you're weak. And if you're crying in front of people, then you're weak. And all of that. So we have an imbalance of masculine versus feminine energy. We don't know how to tap into the feminine energy. We don't know how to utilize it. We don't know how to create that balance. And because of that, look at the state of the world. Who's created the most wars on this planet? Who's ordered the most killing on this planet? Who's responsible for the most damage to the environment on this planet? The majority of these decisions are made by men. And so we have lost our balance in this world. We have to begin to get the balance back, tapping into our natural feminine energy that's in there to get the balance back, and understanding that it's okay to emote. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel things. And unfortunately, especially in the Black community, that's been literally ripped away from an early age. And you're taught that if you do that, you're soft and you're weak and you're nobody. And that's actually the wrong way to do it.
You see, most of our issues are stored in our tissues. So what do we mean by this? Well, your subconscious is so big. It's like 14 million times more processing power, and that's a small number, than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is your ego. It's the captain. It's what you want, what you desire. But that subconscious is so big that it can't be stored in your head. It's stored in your body. It's called the body mind. So when you were going through that, as the brother was saying, you know, from embryo to 7, this information is being stored in your body. Now, the tissue or certain organs are holding on to stuff. So the liver tends to hold on to anger. The kidneys tend to hold on to fear. The stomach and the digestive tract tends to hold on to worry. The lungs, it's about grief. And all these things may be unresolved because it's been programmed into you and you haven't burnt off the dross or the connections to these things. Crying is good for the soul. Why? Because when we were in the lab, we took tears and looked at them in the microscope. And it was like these little things look like trees. What is these little sticks? They're dendrites. Dendrites are at the ends of your nerves, right? And that's where they branch off and touch certain tissue. So when you have a certain tissue that's been formed based on your programming, based on the repetitive talk, the repetitive thought and the actions that you see around you, your cells, your genes, right, are taking on the program based on the environment. That gene determination thing is all wrong. Your genes, right, are being programmed by they're genies. That's the genie on the carpet. So you have now tissue, that has an issue. It has inflammation. When you begin to cry or let out that emotion, the dendrites break off. And once you start putting new feelings and new experiences, like I said, being spiritual, going new places, trying new things, the energy, those neurons that have created that connection, those nerves that are connected, since it's not that tissue is not getting any vibration, they begin to break off. So when you let go, when you emote, when you begin to let that feeling out, you break off and you start growing something new. But this is really important. So we were taught to be so strong. This is what a man is. Well, who told you that? This is what a man is and what it is to be tough and to be ready to march and go to war. You see, those ideas about competition, I got to fight my way. You know, I got to be a warrior. And even though I'm feeling something, you got to stuff it in and stuff it down. That's killing us. Because now it's more about what we see. We need to see certain. See, a lot of us men have been programmed to see what we desire instead of feeling it. Now, when certain people play ball and they play music, they're feeling it because you got to feel it. See, we're supposed to be kinesthetic, auditory, and visual. Kinesthetic means you feeling it. It's in the body. I can feel it. Auditory, I'm hearing it. Second. Visual is last. Why? Because most of your world has been getting photoshopped. Most of what you think things are, they're not. You know, you might say a chair is a chair, but actually it's not a chair because every language you talk in, the chair is named something different. That is a reference that you have, what a chair is. But a referent is an actual experience. And when you have an actual experience, when you could take it in and feel it, things change. So when I've had these experiences in my life that people would say, "Oh my God, you really saw that? You've really seen things levitate?" Yeah, we used to do levitations in my class. We've levitated 300-pound people with 2 fingers. You can levitate. 4 people can levitate a 300-pound person with 2 fingers. I actually teach that in some of my classes when we do a live thing, because it's all energy. And if your energy has been collected and you're in war zone, you're a warrior, you're a fighter. You see what I'm saying? Even being a king, you got to watch that one, because see, the kings of Europe all killed each other. They killed everybody in their family so they can stay the king. Anybody might try to take the throne. You see? So once we begin to realize that we have to feel, and that's why we're now moving into this feminine age on the 26,000 year calendar, we're in an age where we have to be more feminine, which is more moldable, more liquid, more open. You see what I'm saying? More we, because male is me. Me. It's about me, my house, my money. You don't own that house. Don't pay them taxes and see what happens. This is what the brother talking about. You don't really own that house. My car. It ain't your car. You making payments. You don't pay the registration fee. It's not yours. You're borrowing everything. But once you tap in on a certain angle and you learn how to tuck everything, you can use it. The wealthiest people I know don't own anything. Look, I know a guy who's so rich it's ridiculous. His dog's name is on everything. He tells you, I don't really own anything. It's not mine. You can use it, because there's a mindset.
His
right?
dog. Come on, man. His dog. God damn.
Oh,
The
you think I'm
secret to the
joking?
wealthy. No, I believe you. It's just insane.
They got hospitals for dogs, don't they? They got
Wow.
Look, they got old folks homes for dogs. And you think that old folks place for dogs? I've actually seen this in California. They got an elderly dog's home, and that sucker's set up. The dog. I mean, your elderly home is terrible. There's that music, and y'all out there listening to that terrible out of tune piano they play, and they sitting around playing bridge, and the family didn't come this particular holiday. I mean, it's like you're being punished for all of that. What I am saying is that we're recreating everything. You can't wait for this to happen. The more you wait, the more gain you wait. You weigh by waiting, but now we get the chance to create it. But we're going to have to do something. We're going to do something in class that's going to free up a lot of energy. There's a technique, because what we're going to do in the class, we're going to do 2 actual subconscious alignments. A lot of folks know that's what I did for many years. Once I got out, I got into the physical parasites, and we learned how to eradicate the systemic parasites, not the ones in your colon. The ones that live throughout the body. The next thing was the mental parasites. The average person lives in the realm of hungry ghosts. There's ideas from the past, eating them, haunting them to death. They're not only having nightmares, they're having daymares. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happened. What was that? You see? Because you got it in your head that something's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. It ain't going to happen. You see? So when you do like Billy, and you know that machine, that machine's going to work. We do this all the time.
All the time.
We walk into places right now as a team. That's why I said we got to be gangsters again. We ain't got to hurt nobody. We got to walk in love. You got to figure out what love truly is again. And you walk in and you change the space. I did a lecture one time for some folks that you would feel was your enemies. I ain't gonna say their names, but they start with a K. I didn't know when I got there that these folks had them flags and them gun racks behind their cars. I didn't know where I was. I just went to do the lecture. They paid me. So I didn't know. So I didn't have fear. And, afterwards I started, talking to the people, and I said, whoa, wow, they got a lot of missing teeth. And that dude had a ring on. I think the ring, it just changed his face every time I look at it. The ring looked different. Something's different about these people. Yeah. And my partner, right? She started looking at me. She says, it's time to go. It's getting dark. She said, sun goes, it's time to go. Where are we at? We got to go. But before I left, they came up to me and they says, oh my God, you're so incredible. We love you, Dr. B. You sound like Moses. In fact, you kind of look like Moses. I said, well, what do Moses look like? You know what I'm saying? I started realizing I had no fear. I love people. And I told the folks after they gave me a year to die, right? They gave me a year to die. I'm sitting on all kind of money, but they still gave me a year to die and gave me a ticket to down to Florida to Orlando. I said, look, I'm in, I'm going to Disneyland. Well, it was nothing we can do to help you, sir. You know, it's terrible what you have. It's just get in touch with your family. You understand what I'm saying?
The worst thing a doctor could say.
This is, and they put the fear in you. But I chose to live, and I studied everything I could about natural health and about the mind. When you take your life into your hands and become responsible and stop blaming everybody for your condition and stop arguing for your weakness, you're going to sit up here and argue with yourself about your goals. Well, that can't happen. That ain't never going to happen. Why? Because you got terrible life expectancy. You're talking about what is the life expectancy of a person. What do you expect out of your life? What are you telling your telomeres? What are you telling your genes? So once you begin and you choose to have courage, you can't go to Oz and ask this cat. He can't even fly a balloon good. And you want a piece of paper to say you got a heart and you got a mind. You know what I'm saying? It's the story. The Wizard of Oz, they break it down, but you got to be yourself right now. And what we're going to do is teach those tools.
This is going to be, like I said, family, this is definitely my right now. This is my favorite workshop I've done. This is like, I'm so proud to have put this together. And I seen a sister wrote, the Big Mama energy is missing.
Yes.
No. Big Mama told me what we call Big Mama is another name for the quantum field because it's a divine feminine energy. No. Big Mama instructed me to do this. She instructed me to do this, to have Billy and Dr. B. Now, there will be a time where Sister Myra is right on it. She's waiting for me to give her a call to come to Atlanta to do a workshop. It will happen in due time. But this right here, Big Mama told me to do this, so you can't tell me Big Mama energy is missing. No, it's here in me, in him, and in all of us. This ain't no one gender thing specifically. The quantum field influences all of us. This is the quantum field we talking about. The 0 point field. This man, listen, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Big Mama. I wouldn't be able to move my arms like this if it wasn't for her. Thank God for that divine feminine energy. And it has influenced me to put this workshop together. Right now, this is what I was instructed to do. Just like this entire year, I was instructed to. Tell me, y'all ain't seen nothing like this shit I put together this year on this YouTube channel, y'all. This was divine inspiration. I couldn't do this just me by myself, a human being. This shit was divine what I did this year. Y'all ain't never seen no shit like this year. That level of consistency, that level of question asking, that level of guests, that level of variety. Man, listen, y'all so spoiled. Y'all think this shit is normal. This shit ain't normal what I'm doing here. This shit ain't no. Y'all not going to see this again when I leave here. Y'all will see it in another way because there's always going to be a great, but the way I'm doing it, is the way I'm doing it. It's 1 in a million. It's like a snowflake. You know, every snowflake is unique. Listen, Big Mama influences everything I'm doing. I consult in meditation with that quantum field. I'm a male that's able to tap into my emotional body in a good way. Not when it comes to killing a nigga. Oh, the nigga stepped on my foot. I'm going to get emotional. That's how we get emotional as males. He stepped on my foot or he insulted me. Nah, I'm able to tap into that and my emotions in a different way. So I'm very grateful, and there will be plenty of times and opportunities when people like Sister Myra or other people speak, the feminine representatives. But right now, I was instructed to do this, and I'm very grateful for this. I'm very grateful, and her presence is very much in all of this that I'm doing right now. I don't want y'all to ever get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? What my shirt say? Hold on, let me. You know who Black Matter is? You see the Black Matter lives? It's funny you say that. Y'all know what Black Matter is, right?
Yeah.
Y'all know that's Big Mama, right? You know that y'all know what that is, right? Y'all know that's the divine feminine, right? Who's wearing that shirt? Who's wearing that slogan? Who flipped the slogan from Black Lives Matter to Black Matter Lives? Me, I did, without nobody's permission, from my imagination. Yeah, me. So yeah, don't say that, miss. Don't say that. Yeah, this is what it is. Don't get it twisted because you see 3 males here. Yeah, I was instructed to put this here like this. You know what I'm saying? So
okay,
give me some questions, family. Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick.
Put some questions in the chat while he talks. Yeah, go ahead.
They're telling me to say this. Never before have 3 melanated men come together without competition in the name of love. A lot of folks need to see that, because a whole lot of us men, we've been missing the ball. We've been on playing ball, but we ain't been the ball. You see what I'm saying? We've been kicked around. We've been down there, gladiators down, in Rome, competing. But for us to come together to do this, and what we have is so unique, and it works together for folks to see that. To see we're not coming from ego, we're coming from we go. You see, this is what we're offering at this particular time. And we say everyone is involved. We're including everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And this is about love. I mean, we're like right now, we're brothers forever. We're going to do a lot of things together and separately, but this is divine, and we're being called to do it.
Indeed. Let's get to some Q&A from the people before we get out of here. We've given y'all so much tonight, like we've given throughout. Okay, let's get to this one right here. This is a very good question, and this is good. This because Billy's talking about finances. Both of y'all, Dr. B got a segment on finances too, metaphysical, using metaphysics to create finances. So this is good. Where did that question go? Okay, here we go. How do we stay focused when our jobs are draining us of our life energy? Great question.
That's a good question. That's a good question. First of all, you have to identify what the job is. Your job right now, if that's not your passion, and it sounds like for Black Spirit Guide, that's not your passion, that means that job is literally a stepping stone. So you have to take yourself away from the situation. You're there working, but take your consciousness out of it and look back down on it and realize, okay, what is truly my passion? And now once you identify that thing, do people need what I do as a passion, what I have as a passion? Do people need that in the world? If so, okay, great. How do I connect to those people? How do I get them to use my passion? The utilization of your passion, that energy exchange is going to create money. In the meantime, this job is a stepping stone to give me the ability to find a way to get to negotiating exchanges of energy for my passion. And so if you take yourself out of the situation and see it as stop seeing it as an energy draining thing, a thing that's no good, and they're destroying me and they're breaking me down and everything. Once you take yourself out of that and realize it's part of the process to get to the finished result. It's part of the process, like Dr. B say, your trials and tribulation, that pressure and that heat is to create a diamond. And so when you take yourself out of that situation of being the victim mindset and look at it as an opportunistic mindset, you see, I can do this, even though it's not my passion. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I'm going to execute at this thing, because executing at this level on what I'm doing here is going to get me prepared for my own thing. And when I get into my own thing, I'm going to never forget what happened and where I came from and the stepping stones I had to use to get to the position I'm in now. So it's really important to understand that, I was talking to this one lady, and she had been an anchor woman for a major news station for years. And then the drop of a dime, she just said, I can't stand this. I just want to quit and do this. And I'm like, this thing you want to do, you haven't built it yet. You need that stepping stone. You don't want to, cut off your nose to spite your face. Keep that until you get this established. She didn't listen to me. And what happened was she went down with the ship and can't go back to the other thing because of the way she left out of it. So we have to be careful. We have to understand sometimes you're doing things that we aren't passionate about, but it's part of our process to get to the end result. As long as you're building toward a goal, make sure you're doing that. If you're just doing that thing and living in that, well, then that's gonna eat you up on the inside, and all that, the trauma of having to do that every day and the darkness that it's filling you with is going to give you dis-ease, which is going to convert into disease. So you got to realize what you're doing. But when you pull back consciously and understand this is just a small part, a small chapter in my life on my way to where I'm going to end up, then all of a sudden it becomes a lot easier to handle that situation.
I'm gonna tell you, I could get good. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Go ahead, Dr. B. Go ahead.
Okay, so the statement here is like a parasite. It's eating you alive. And it's not the truth. It's something that you feel is the truth, but it's not real. It's a trick. Here's a better statement. My business. See, first of all, don't ever say my job, because that's just over broke. You understand what I'm saying? Your life is a business. People, what you call the government, they know there's a business. They created LLC based on you, right? So your life needs to be a business. My daily business, go in there as a business. What is moving me closer to my goals? You got to walk in there. But there's one thing you got to do before you walk through the door of that business. You have to do create a transitional space. What you do is you sit in your car or on the bus stop just before you go in and you breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth like you're whistling, and you get balanced. And you got to gather yourself because you're about to be torn apart if you allow that. And then when you get in there and you know what I'm saying, you got, the fluorescent lights and the people and the microwaves, you're done until you gather yourself and breathe really quickly and get your mantra. This is on me. My daily business is moving me closer to my goals. Now, when you walk through the threshold, you walk in there with your chin up. You're powerful. And you're going to do this because what? It is building something much bigger. When I used to have to clean up at the studio, that was my job, to dust off things and clean up and, change ashtrays because I wanted to be the engineer. I started off cleaning the ashtrays and things just to be around. Then they left one night and I pushed a few buttons. Next thing you know, I had my own studio, but I didn't look as things that are sucking my energy. You've got to get focused at who you are. Yeah. You are, it's not about who you want to be. You're it now. Once you wake up, Dorothy, wake up. You got the slippers on. You have the slippers on. Tap them suckers together 3 times. There's no place like home, and home is you within yourself. You got to get it together. You got to get courage. And you're going to do it now. Because, see, let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. Something else that Dick Gregory told me before he left. If you don't get your stuff together in the first quarter of 2023, forget it. And the reason why is because the waves that those who are using you as commerce, the frequency, because they're having trouble themselves. They're divided. So that energy is hitting the whole, everything is kind of out right now because they're fighting with themselves. Perfect time to walk right through the door. They can't even see you.
Yeah.
So what's happening is the system is dying. It's collapsing on itself. It's a good time. It's got to fall. Babylon's got to fall. Don't try to save it. Push that basket down. If it's we're going to hell in the hand basket, push it. You have got to create yourself right now. Billy mentioned some things that, and it's really interesting. I don't even, this is the first time I really connected with this brother. He's speaking all the language that I've been attempting to speak, but I'm a little wild, folks. He's just a comedian, I'm very, he didn't even give us the way to do it. Well, Billy's going to give you the steps. He's going to give you the exact, and he's got that look, you can't deny what he's saying. He knows what he knows. He's proving. He got symbols behind him in gold letters. He got 1111 keep blinking behind his head. This dude is on some stuff. Yeah. Forbidden. 4. That's what? 4 is art, culture. That's your foundation. That's how you get free. But you got to be organized. See, people don't think that to be free is just to be wild. No, you need to be organized. And there's a way to move forward where you have it all. You're just not spiritual, burning sage all day and poor, broke, and lonely, and no great relationships. You've got to have it all. Why not have it all? Wealth, homes, in all, cars and friends in all walks of life, and be able to travel. And the main thing is to help others do the same. So what we're doing this for is not just us. And when each of you make this step, this quantum leap that you're going to make on the 7th, you don't have any choice. You have to make it. You're going to help a whole lot of other folks, because one person vibrating at true love, which is 500 on the scale, affects 750,000 people on the planet. One person in true love. We're going to talk about that. What is true love? Because a lot of folks, you're not in love. You're in like a lot. You think you're in love. It's just like a lot. I like you a lot. You know what I'm saying? But true love is when you're in this place. You don't have to fall in it. You can't get out of it. But when we are vibrating at that frequency, we affect everything around us. And when you learn what manifestation is, you realize you had it all the time. You just weren't looking in the right place because you either had the wrong glasses on or your eyes just weren't adjusting in the place where your stuff, your gifts are right there. They're right with you. And we're going to tap into that on the 7th.
Hey, I could tell, and I'm gonna put the link on again in the chat. It's just pinned at the top. But for those who don't see it, I'm just putting it in the chat. I could tell y'all are so inspired by what we're talking about, because as a person who asks questions, the best questions I ask is when I'm inspired. So your questions are so good in the chat. I could tell y'all like, damn, y'all inspired. Don't let this die out. I see it in y'all. Y'all feel what the F we saying right now. Don't front, y'all. Y'all feel this ish. Y'all don't hear us. Y'all feel us. This is electric. This is electricity on the screen right now, family, because I see it in your questions, and I'm a question asker. So I know when I'm inspired, I ask my absolute best questions, and I see, and we, unfortunately, family, we can't be on too long tonight. Yeah. I can't answer all your questions, but I'm gonna get to a couple of them. But there's one I want to get to right now. Where is this? You asked it several times. Okay, there we go. And I know Billy, this is something good for Billy and as well as Dr. B. Once again, fam, before I get into this question, I'm just so excited. Excuse me, y'all. I this is like, you know, they say be childlike. Yeah. Nigga, I'm childlike right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm childlike right now. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm smiling. Yeah. Black man who lives. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so check this out. This is the question. Is it epigenetic that Black people get nervous and have a fear toward large sums of money? Is that through deep programming so we don't build a heaven on earth? What are your views on this? Before you answer that, y'all, oh my God, I know so many people who self-sabotage themselves when the big, and Dr. B, you gave an example. Remember you gave an example on the last show? Yes. But I know so many people that when that big money come around, man, they might get in an argument with the person that's going to give them a check. They'll just fight the nigga. They'll be like, man, fuck you. I don't like it. The person will be like, yo, what's wrong? I'm about to pay you. Right. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. Could you please answer this question, y'all?
That's a great question, intergalactic sacred goddess. Like I talked earlier, epigenetics are a huge part of who we are. Your ancestors' memories are calling to you from the grave inside of your body. And that's not just Billy Carson making it up. That's real peer-reviewed science that is now taught to geneticists in universities around the world. We found that these epigenetic memories, mostly, not all of them, but most of them come from trauma. And so you're looking back at if you're Black, for example, raping, beating, lashing, tormenting, torture, hatred, taught to be infighting, false religious beliefs, you're having your spirituality literally ripped away from you, forced to speak another language, all these things. And then, of course, forced to do hard labor for almost no money and forced to eat scraps. We call it now soul food, forced to eat the scraps, not even the real food. So all of a sudden now you're in a position here in the 21st century where opportunity presents itself. The door is open and the window is open. And then you keep looking through the window and looking through the door until the window and the door closes. See, people don't understand. Windows of opportunity, they're windows or they're doors. They open, but all doors and windows close.
Thank you.
And they just sit there and watch it close. You know why? The self-sabotaging mindset from tapping in from epigenetics. This person has all the skill, all the talent, everything it takes to create that, to make that thing, whatever it is, a reality at the highest level, and to be able to capitalize on that energy exchange and put that money in their bank account. But those ancestors calling from the grave, I'm depressed, I'm tired, you can't do it because I can't do it, and all those different things calling out from the genetic level, and you can't figure out what's holding me back. Everything is right. The timing is perfect. Why am I afraid to do this? It's coming from the inside and manifesting your fears on the outside. And so what I tell people is the first thing you have to begin to do is you have to start working on your epigenetic memories, clearing them out, clearing out the trauma. The trauma, see what happens is your body is like a decanter, or it's like a vase. So as it fills up, this filling up with trauma, And as more and more of these epigenetic traumas be released into your body until it gets to the top, then it spills out into the third dimension. And when it spills out into the third dimension, you start to see it manifesting in all kinds of ways. You become overreactive with people. You become short with people. Your house is in disarray. Your bills aren't paid. You can't manifest money. You're losing out on great opportunities. You have to go and do the inside work first. That's where it all begins. In order to take advantage of anything great on the outside, you have to start with the work on the inside to free yourself from the bonds and those chains, those ancient chains from generations ago. And that's what I'm going to be teaching in this class. How do you go in and begin to rewrite those epigenetics? How do you delete the bad code and keep the good code? How do you do that? The specific technique, I'm going to show you the specific techniques on exactly how to do it. And that, in my opinion, is a lot of what's been holding back a lot of people that have the suicidal thoughts. Why am I being suicidal? Why am I depressed? I got a great life. It may not be you. It may be them reaching out from the ancient past, tapping into your current life. We got to clear that past trauma. That's what we're going to teach on the 7th.
And a lot of folks, they think that it's the ancestors, but a lot of folks got ancestors, ants, automatic negative thoughts that just on automatic. As soon as you wake up in the morning, as soon as you come into yourself, it's like, oh God, here I am, because there's something that you need to do when you wake up, because you just woke. See, woke is almost, you're still in that theta state. You don't really know who you totally are yet till you look around and say, oh boy, I got drama, skeletons in the closet. And you start thinking that you are who you were. But last night, that person, they left. You died last night. So you've got to reinvent yourself each day. And there's something you do before you get out the bed. When you're in the shower, there are these things that you say that are like magic words that open up the gates, like open sesame. But you've got to repeat this over and over. And you have to see, it is the repetition of pleasure or pain that reprograms the subconscious mind. It's the repetition. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're going to keep getting the same results. So what we're going to teach you is the actual steps and make it simple, because you've got to break it down where it's simple. Because in the past, it's been come on. I read too many books. I had to stop reading books and stuff. I can't take it. It's too much information out there. So you live in your head. But your heart has more neurons than your brain. Your gut is your first brain. Your gut, your skin, you know how many neurons is on the skin you call the membrane? Those are brains that are actually functioning at a faster, higher rate than the one up in your head. You got caught up in the head. What's the song? Don't let it go to your head. You see, so we're going to show you how to tap into this other place. This place where you create peace. You can break the spell, and it's very easy once you know the steps. But you got to get the ants that are eating you, the automatic negative thoughts of your ancestors. You see what I'm saying? Because like not all of our ancestors were this or that. Your ancestors, the brother said it. They're your cells. They're your genes. They're all in you. They're not separate. We're all connected as one, but there's special languages. There's a special way to walk. I'm going to show you how to do this walking meditation where you take one step and release all the drama and take another step and allow. This is huge because Big Mama, Mama Earth, the dark matter is attempting to give you something every day. But here's another big thing. A lot of us haven't celebrated. We don't celebrate enough. We wait till they tell us to celebrate. You see, the farmer tells you, well, go ahead and celebrate, sheep, and throw you some, extra little hay out there today. You're all happy. But when you begin to vibrate your cells, even for the small successes, that serotonin kicks in. And let me tell you something. If serotonin and oxytocin hit at the same time, you're talking about an orgasm. Now that orgasm reorganizes the organism. But we're in dopamine mode. Keep doing it over and over and over and over. Reading, getting mad, and getting up. It's okay to get angry. But that's a stage. You're upset about what they did. Then you got to move out of that because anger is at least higher than depression. At least you start to get angry and do something. The anger gets things done. But then you've got to raise up out of that. And as you keep bringing this energy up, and we show you how to move things. And you begin to realize that your body is not solid. It's 99.9% space. Space is the final frontier to go where no man has or woman has gone before. But you need one thing, a prime directive.
Mm-hmm.
Without that prime directive, you just lost in space. And you know they never got home. What was that show Lost? One of my clients is the producer for the show Lost. I said, well, how did y'all write the show Lost? She says, what do you mean write it? She says, we got to work every day and everybody just did whatever. But the goal was never to be found. You see, so a lot of folks are lost and they're not even ready to be found. When you're ready, the door opens. The teachers pop up and you realize that it's been there all the time. It's here right now. It's open. The gate is open. And I'm going to tell you this. What you're going to hear in these 8 hours, it's going to probably be a little longer than 8 hours, brother. I'm going to tell you because it's going to get real heavy. What you're about to step into is a very special thing that has never, ever happened before. I'm telling you this. I did my muscle test.
Bold statement.
I muscle test everything before I do.
Yes.
I go with kinesiology. It's going to tell me the truth. I go with the gut feeling. Never mind what's in my mind, because my mind is crazy. No. You know what I'm saying? They messed with me since day one. You know, I had, a mental shock treatment in school. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that this gate that's opening now, they tried everything over the last, especially the last 2 years. Do you know the amount of programming?
Since 2020?
I mean, it's never been this deep. I'm like, this is all those movies I used to watch.
Y'all know what we're talking about. We're not gonna say what happened in 2020, but everybody knows what we're talking about. It was the highest level of programming we ever seen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So now what it is we are like martial artists. We're like the ninjas. Mm-hmm. We brought this on ourselves to test us. See, when you get that piece, I did this. I'm the enemy. When you meet the enemy, it looked like you. How you doing? I've been chasing you all your life. Well, wait a minute, you're me? Because everything has its opposite. You see, you're living in several dimensions and you have created the construct. And okay, there's a lot of influences that have gone on, but only you can change it. Only the slave can free themselves. Only you can bring this energy up. But the only thing you've been missing is the toolkit for God power. You will receive it and you will use it. Don't just be here tripping, oh boy, taking down notes and trying to recant what we said, because you can't. It's a mystery. Mysteries can't be explained. There's no tongue.
Ooh, don't tell Dr. B.
There's no tongue. Don't tell me. Man, I had a mysterious thing happen, man. I want to tell everybody about it. See, that's the problem. You cannot explain a mystery. No tongue. But what we can say is this,
man, I'm excited,
is a gateway. You talking about a Stargate? It's open right now. So everybody can go through if you're ready. Let's do it. Give yourself a round of applause for being here right now. You're going to celebrate this particular moment. This is amazing.
Listen, both the Atlantean Priest King said the highest knowledge is unutterable.
Woo!
The highest knowledge is unutterable. That's both the Atlantean. Ruled over the land of Kim for 14,000 years, according to the Egyptian kings list.
Well, what does that mean to you, Billy? Somebody who's living is speaking. How does that impact your message you deliver to the people?
What it means is the information is so powerful that it's a life journey. It's a lifelong journey of learning. You'll never get to the end. You'll never, as long as you have that fire in you, you'll never stop learning. There's always more, and then there's more after that.
Man,
that brother Billy be dropping it, don't he?
If y'all not hype, if y'all not excited, something's wrong. Like, I'm like full of fire and passion and excitement. Like, oh man, I could run a marathon right now after doing this show tonight, y'all. If y'all don't got that same energy, if y'all got that energy, sign up. If y'all don't have the energy to know, listen, I'm like I said, this is just divinely inspired by this divine feminine energy we call Big Mama or the quantum field. I'm deep in meditation. I came up with this idea in deep meditation. Brother Rich, Mr. Black Matter Lives. To be honest, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. You know what, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all right now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now, transparent. My ego told me when I came up with the idea to do the workshop with these two gentlemen, my ego said, just do a workshop with Billy, then do another workshop with Dr. B. My heart said, I want to make history. Fuck doing a workshop with him, doing a workshop with him. Maybe the results might be better because it'll be cheaper. It's easier to work with one person at the same time. If you do business, working with one person is easier than working with 10. And the more people involved, the more complicated it gets. My ego said, listen, just do one at a time. Do Billy in January and do my soul, my heart said, no, we're making history. This is bigger than that. This is historic. You know what I do? Me being connected to my divine family, me being connected to my heart, I follow my heart. Only businessmen will understand what I'm saying right now. Y'all be like, oh shit, because you could have did that, and maybe a businessman might rub hand like Birdman. I'm saying, no, it's not even about that. It's bigger than that. I'm making history with this one here. Facts, guaranteed. I'm making history. I was already told. I seen the whole vision in a meditation, and I was about to. I'll leave that alone. But listen,
when y'all learn this date that's coming up in January, that your own personal Stargate opens up, everybody gets it, but if you're not aware, when you hear the date, it's right gonna be mind blowing. Right when he called me, I said, what date? He says, January the 7th.
I didn't know it yet.
I said, bro, do you know what you're tapping into? Everything they told me, right, through all these years since a child, I've been, it's been going on. It's like a movie, which is not a movie, it's a concert, it's an orchestra. Everything they said came to crystallize because this is a perfect situation. When you find out that the date that all your gifts, all your stuff begins to manifest comes just after this, when you realize what the whole Christmas thing and what it's about and what Santa Claus and the reindeers, all this is about, it's amazing. So when he called me and said this, I was like, what did you just say? Because it's interesting to bring these different perspectives, because what's beautiful is that I'm just honored to be here with both of you and to hear Billy break down some stuff that's been in my head that I might not be able to speak about it in this particular way, and then for me to hear what he's saying and realize I don't even think we talked about what we were going to really talk about and how we're going to talk about it. I read Billy's, right, his description of what he was going to talk about earlier today. He been looking at my notes now. I know he saw something in the sky like I did. You know what I'm saying? And wait a minute now, Billy, now, because we're from the same place.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're giving the information in different ways. I try to make it a little fun because I've had I'm saying to make it fun, but sometimes you need it straight, you need it strong. Yeah. So we're molding those things together, and it's a beautiful opportunity. Yeah. Like I said, opportunities don't go away; they just go to other people. If you don't realize that the phone is ringing, it's your time. So once you have the tools, it will be up to you to use them every single day. Yeah. Now, I like the idea of having my own bank. See?
Love it.
I'm going to be in that class. My bank?
Love it.
Because I went to the bank the other day. They looked at me like I was, they started looking. Can we help you, sir? What do you mean, can you help me? This is my bank. I want to get some money. Well, you're going to have to call ahead for that kind of money. What are you talking about? Then I looked at the FDIC and I said, oh, they only guarantee $250,000.
That's it.
So I called my attorney and I said, what does that mean? He said, well, if the bank is robbed. I said, well, there ain't no money in the thing anyway. What do you mean if the bank is robbed? Well, how do they rob the bank? If there's no money in there, and money is not worth anything, every dollar is worth 4 cents. You know what I'm saying? It's really no money. It's just the idea of the fiat vibration that you gave it. So what do you mean the FDIC is going to guarantee $250,000? He said, well, if the bank gets robbed, they will give you the $250,000 back. No matter how much you got, they're only going to give you $250,000 back, right? So I asked the next question. How long did they take to get the money back? Why did I ask this question? Static got on the line, he went under a bridge, and I kept calling him. You got to get on the phone. When do I get my money back? They have up to 13 years to give your money in small increments.
Yes.
I said, what?
Yeah.
That means the money's not guaranteed.
In other words, you ain't getting nothing back.
You ain't getting a dime.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I got to pull all this out of here. I need to figure out what to do. I got to call Billy. I need all his phone number. I don't need that funny phone number that, that hotline y'all talking about. I need the direct line because, we're all sitting on platinum mines.
Mm-hmm.
All of us.
Yeah.
So this is beautiful. We got to get our bodies together, get clean, get rid of the parasites, the pirates. We've got to get a new way of walking and talking and living, new mantras. And we can't use the old stuff because obviously it hasn't been working. That sage was nice. It's a nice symbol. You know what I'm saying? And your mantras and things that you learn, they may be okay, but let's take it to the next level. This is 2023, y'all. We're in a whole new space, a whole new universe, and a new dimension that works for you if you understand how to work it. Let's work it, y'all.
Indeed.
Brother Rich?
Yeah.
You must have took that new
mushroom. No, it's the mushroom one I took.
The mushroom time. You took that mushroom. I can see it in your eyes.
The mushroom one.
He came over. He drove up on me. He said, man, no, I don't send me nothing. I need to drive up.
That mushroom one. I took that mushroom tonic. That hit different.
Yeah.
That
hold on. The mycelium.
That resonate with my DNA hard.
When you get this mycelium network thing down.
Mm-hmm.
That's
mushroom one.
It's the mycelium network.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's omnipresent and omnipotent. It walks on water. Do you understand what I'm saying? It can turn water into wine. It can, break open a stone. It's there. Cut open a piece of wood. It is there. The mycelium network, but you're connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
You are. We're 65% of our DNA is basically mushroom mycelium. We're walking and talking myceliums. But you got to realize what my means miracle. M-I means miracle. You got to be the miracle maker. You don't wait on it. You create it.
That's right.
You become it. And even when the wind is blowing and the storm is happening, look like it ain't going to happen. Hold on. Hold on. Just because it's freezing and it looks like the mountain is getting too high. When you start getting to the top, you start getting this energy. You were born a winner. How many sperms was trying to get to that egg? And one made it? You mean to tell me you wasn't a winner? How'd you do that? Then you started listening to the losing language and listening to the language of disempowerment and created a prison for yourself. You can break out of that cell. You got the key?
Yeah.
All you need to do is turn it. And you need to know which way to turn it. So what we're offering is your key to break out of your prison, your prism, your divided self, and become whole again. Become one again. Become music. You're the producer, the writer, the arranger, you're the publisher, you're the distributor, you're the CEO, you're the captain. You're not looking for God. You better be God.
That's right.
That's the power you got. Are you ready? Let's go, y'all.
Indeed. Billy, close it out, my brother.
It's gonna be hype, man. Listen, Rich, you called me the other day, and I actually was busy doing something. I stopped and said, "Nah, let me take this call." And then you told me what your plans were about doing this workshop. And I had just watched one video, like not even 2 days ago, but it was video you did with Dr. B. I don't know how many weeks ago it was. And I was like, oh, this dude, he's got it down. He understands. He gets it. And then you called me to put me in a workshop with this gentleman right here. And I was like, yeah, I'm in, because we are literally on the same frequency. And the people that attend this workshop are going to get something that they are not going to really be able to get anywhere else. Not this combination, this level of information, this level of wisdom and knowledge, but that is also discernible and being broken down to the finest parts and pieces so you can actually utilize it. I can get on I went to Khan University for quantum physics. I can get on a video and I can give you all these high-level words and terminologies and phrases that half the people would never even understand. But the thing that's made me so good at what I do is my ability to take information that's up here and bring it down here and still have the same amount of potency and power. And that's what Dr. B also has the capability of doing. So I'm excited about this. I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to this workshop. It's going to be a great way for not only them, but also for me, because to be honest with you, and Dr. B, you could probably relate to this, when you're teaching a class or a workshop or a training, you also become the student at the same time. I separate myself from myself and I observe myself when I'm doing the classes. And I take my separated self, observes myself as if I'm a person that hasn't learned this information yet. And I'm actually gaining the knowledge for the first time. And I'm watching myself teach myself. And it's a weird concept. Maybe some people can't wrap their mind around it, but that's exactly what I do. I separate from myself and I watch myself while I'm talking and I'm teaching. And I'm gaining the wisdom as a person who's just sitting there for the first time. And so this for me is going to be a great kickstart off for 2023 because I'm going to get so much more knowledge, so much more information, so much more confirmation through my own teaching and through Dr. B's teaching. And I'm going to take that and ride it off all the way down 2023. It's going to be amazing.
Indeed, man.
Hey, and it is right now. But we are channeling, and that's why I said, you always ask me, Brother Rich, well, who are they? Who's coming through you? I can't break that down. But I opened up and became a channel because I could never speak publicly. I couldn't speak. I don't have the memory. I don't know. I'm nervous. It's like I'm in, PTSD from school, and they asked me to read. I'm nervous, and I'm on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? But when I realized one day that I needed to just open up and let the good beings and just let them come and speak, you're channeling. And when you become the observer, as the brother just broke down,
facts.
And stop talking about me and what happened to me and what they did to me, be an observer. Be in the movie theater. You see, when you walk in that movie theater, right? And you want to go see the movie about your life, you walk in, you might look at the screen and say, oh my God, I'm not sure. That's not me. But then you walk out and there's a lady sitting there. That's your mama. That's her movie of you. Then you see your daddy got a movie of you. Everybody got a different vision and version of you ruminating in their heads. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our own, not about the past. We're not going to talk about the problems. We're going to talk about the solution. How to become the elixir. And I'm going to say this last. You've bought crystals in the past, right? And you're waiting for your crystal to do something. You got this crystal does that. I had so many crystals at one point. Crystals was everywhere. Sleeping with crystals, waking them up with them all under my head. And I realized one day, I am the crystal. I am the dark crystal that's been split. And when I put myself together, all the crystals within me begin to vibrate. We are crystalline. We are the crystals. But the crystal is waiting for a program. And when you plug in what you desire and feel it as if it's happening now, that's faith. Feel as if it's happening now. It does. So get your mind ready. Clear out. Let all this other stuff go. Much love, y'all. Travel light. Half that luggage wasn't yours anyway. Just travel light and be ready because you are chosen. So choose yourself.
Absolutely.